Hello everyone. Alright, on a previous video I explained how to use Google Forms and the different templates we have in this tool in order to help us to make our tests and evaluations easier and faster. But today I'm going to continue explaining about the tools we have once we chose our template or once we are working with a specific template. In this one about an exam, because we want to create quizzes or exams for our students, to assign our students. Alright, so remember that I explained how in the template you will find different fields or different spaces in order to enter specific information like your name, email, and different type of questions that you just edit and adapt. And that is important, the key, the answer key, in order to let the the form know which one is going to be the right answer. Okay, one tool that I found very useful is to separate on different sections. Is this one in here, right? So what I did is just click on it, and then I got a different sections. And dividing sections could be very nice when you're working, for example, on skills, right? So maybe section number one will be working about, I don't know, listening, and probably section 3 is going to talk about reading items, grammar, and so on. And inside every section, you can just include different type of questions. Like in section number 1, I have, you know, several questions. But let's say that this one doesn't belong in here. So what I'm going to try to do is to separate it. Alright, but it doesn't let me because it's gonna be part of the section number 1. So what I'm gonna do is to change the name um, of the section, so I can just write or move all the questions regarding personal information in this section. And then inside that section I can have another let's say subsection, if it's okay, or probably you just create another section in order to organize your exam in a very nice way. For example, I don't want that question, and I don't need that question. So it means that in my section 1 personal information, I have just, I'm asking my student's name and email, and then on section number 2 I can start with listening. If I want to work with listening features, probably I want to incorporate videos or features from YouTube. It's just simple as clicking on um, the, 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 the link, or the address of a YouTube video, or you can always, I mean, search, but I totally recommend. I'm going to show you how we do it using videos, how to create a listening part on Google Forms, um, and then just start creating just sections. For example, I don't like this question and I can eliminate it. So then my exam for listening will be using a video and then having different type of questions to select, just multiple choice questions for that part, and then for the reading, and then for the grammar. So eventually I'm going to start creating an exam. So I have listening, reading, grammar. I can include another section right here about, I have listening. What about, we have reading and I have grammar. Okay, it could be writing. Right, so little by little you start building your exam, your test, and like a mentioned on the previous video, to just go onto the preview, and then I have my section personal information. I click on next, and as you can see, I can't continue because I mark the questions to be mandatory. I can't actually go. For example, in here it says that it should be a number. I had to correct that question. What I wanted to show is how you go back and forth through the different questions. So in here I had to correct it. So it means that for an email, I don't need a number, I need text, right? And then there is no clave de respuestas, and it's mandatory because I need to have personal information. And if I want to check again, I will see that now I can type anything and continue on to the next section, right? And then I have listening, and then probably I had the video, and then the multiple choice questions. But the idea of this tutorial is to show you that by creating sections, it will be easier and faster. You can incorporate video, you can incorporate an image. Of course, you can write, for example, here, probably a description of the section, right? Any description like please answer the next personal questions, and then provide more information. Alright, and as I mentioned on the previous video, you already have some questions already done. You can import them. I'm going to explain how to do it, and of course this one is to incorporate more and more questions. Okay, but well, that's the way we try to start organizing. As you will see the final result, we will navigate through the different tools and settings in order to make the design also more attractive, or maybe visual or customized to your own preferences. Alright, but remember, my personal recommendation is to start working with sections, okay? And then once we have the sections, I'm going to explain how to organize the different type of questions you are going to use. So thank you very much, and I see you on the next tutorial.